Hello.
Welcome to the podcast. Y'all ask, what I'ma talk about with y'all ass? Everything from Nostradamus, Lil Pump, all the way down to Donald Trump. But black issues will be always at the forefront. Hoodies, I know that's just what y'all want. Black life, black love, all of the above. It's King Rashidi hoodies, ice toner gloves. I'm ready. It's Rise God Team. Rest in peace to the God Queens.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Peace. What's going on? I want to welcome everybody back to another dope-ass episode of Hoodies, the podcast, session 20. Thank you for tuning in, man. If y'all been with me listening to the audio for the past year, bear with me as I try something different with this visual right now. I got to get used to it. First off, happy belated New Year. They say it's 2019. I'll play along. Happy belated Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the Skill Youth Chess Club. You already know the Skill Youth Chess Club is a mentoring program specifically designed for black boys. Yeah, and if you'd like to make a donation to the Skill Youth Chess Club, you can do so by, you can come actually here to the shop and make a donation, or you can do it online. The link is paypal.me/Skill the Barbershop. And also now, if you have Cash App, you can make donations there. That's cash.me/$Skill YCC. That's SKILLYCC. All right. We accept all donations. However, $20 and better receives a free gift. So I thank you for your donation in advance, and I thank you for investing in the mentorship of black boys, because I fund this program on my own dime. Word up. So yeah, shout out to the Skill Youth Chess Club. We still popping. This will be our 4th year doing our thing. So I'm just really proud. It could be bigger. It's right where it's supposed to be, participation-wise. I just need more volunteers, consistent volunteers. And that's what I don't have, right? But it's getting there. So I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful that it is what it is today. So yeah, Skill Youth Chess Club. Also, I want to give a shout out to a brother by the name of Nick Patrick. Who is Nick Patrick? Nick Patrick is the CEO of Trendy TV. What is Trendy TV? Trendy TV is a digital media platform specific to the culture. It's specific to the culture. Okay? Black culture. There's filmmakers, showrunners, content producers, etc. Right? Hey, who knows? You just may see Hoodies the podcast on that network. We'll see how that goes. Hint, hint. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you want to check them out and see what they're all about, you can take yourself over to trendymedia.com. That's TRINDI media.com. All right? So before we get into this thing, you know what we do, what I do. Give a shout out to black people everywhere. Black men, black women, black boys, black girls. Let's give a special warm shout out to all our elders, man. Shout out to all our elders, because y'all have put up with all the crap. You know what I'm saying? We still going through the crap, as I've said before. We still going through it, but the crap was a little more covert back in the day. Right now it was overt back in the days. Now it's covert. You know what I'm saying? It's in symbols. Not that it ever wasn't in symbols, but thank you, elders. I appreciate it. Sometimes I go off on these tangents and go too deep into things. So yeah, shout out to black folk everywhere. So y'all ready to get in this thing? Let's fucking do it then. I got some pet peeves. Yeah, man. I got some pet peeves. And I got to get this off. Right? Let me ask y'all something. What's wrong with going vegan? What's wrong with reading books? What's wrong with sharing what you've learned with other people, like say making YouTube videos and going on social networking sites like Facebook Live, Instagram Live, Twitter Live, and whatever else is out there. Or sometimes some people make their own websites. What's wrong with that? Sharing the information that you've learned from reading books. What's I'm gonna put this? What's wrong with forming a group or organization that's, like built around being some sort of benefit, for our community? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with writing a book? What's wrong with making speeches? How about that? What's wrong with learning how to make a profit off of what you've learned, while at the same time being of some benefit to your people? What's wrong with that? And that profit could be getting paid to speak, selling the books that you may go ahead and write, stuff like that. Well, some people are getting, a monetary, they got a monetary situation set up with YouTube or whoever else. What's wrong with that? I mean, you're probably standing here thinking, right? Maybe the same thing I'm thinking. You think ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm saying that because there's this organization. I was gonna say group, but I'm gonna say organization, right? That I've been rocking with, not rocking with them, but I've been following them and seeing some of the things that they do. Them and various other people and groups and stuff like that. And they made a post that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. They was making reference to some of those things that I just asked. They said something about, all you gotta do is go vegan and write a book and all this other shit, and then boom, you're an activist. And I'm sitting there reading the post, and I'm just thinking, what the fuck is wrong with that? I don't get it. I don't get it. What's wrong with that? Like, who as if they're gatekeepers to this thing, If I'm not mistaken, isn't that what happened with Malcolm? Come on, man. We already know Malcolm was what? Hustler. He was a thug. He might have been a pimp. Definitely on drugs, the heavy shits. And you know the story. Incarceration. Then he was exposed to Islam. Probably one of the first books he's read, one of them anyway, was the dictionary. From there, his vocabulary expanded, so he became more articulate. The more he read, the more his mind opened up. Then he becomes a Muslim. He becomes assistant to the to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And began to speak on the things he learned, and all those things that he learned was from reading. You understand? The next thing you know, he started speaking, and now he's one of the most iconic figures, in our culture. I don't get it. So why is it? I don't understand. Why is it when someone does that today, they look at him like, oh, so you an activist now? Like, kill yourself if that's what you think. If you think that you or the group you with, if you think you're better than another person in another group, kill yourself, man. That's some fuck shit. Like, how about joining together with them? Maybe they figured something out that you haven't. Because since I've been following, and I'm not going to say no names, I don't want to be just as sloppy as they are, right? I mean, and listen, I still respect what they stand for. I just feel a ways about something that they posted. You know what I'm saying? And if you post it, I'm assuming that you're in cahoots with that way of thinking. Otherwise, why would you put that up there, right? So, this organization, right, encourages those persons in their community to go out and vote, for local officials, right? And pretty much what they do is they promote going out to vote, and if you don't vote, don't say shit. That type of thing. Okay? And from where I'm standing, not well, I was gonna say not judging, but everybody judges. So I suppose everybody makes some sort of judgment on something. They judge it to be sound or not sound. We do it all the time without even knowing it, right? So from where I'm standing, if you're going to tell people to vote, and I believe, I've said this to my chess club. If you're going to tell people to go out and vote, why not along with that teach them how, and I'm not saying that they don't teach that. They probably just don't post it. I'm not there at their meetings and shit like that. But I'm gonna make a big assumption here right now and say that they're probably not. Probably not, because how do you post going so hard and talking to your people in the community? They walking around the communities with the RBG flag, and that's dope as shit. It's dope. Oh man, I ain't saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with them having their own opinion. This is just mine. All right? So, right. I was talking about how I was gonna say, why not teach people how to vote effectively? Like, is your organization putting money on that candidate? Putting money behind them to push them? Is that what's happening? I don't see any posts saying anything like that. Are you encouraging groups of people? Or you know what I mean? Are you rallying people together, having some sort of fundraiser to put on this local officials campaign? Are you doing that? Excuse me. Now, it's just my opinion that would make for more effective voting. And then, of course, if that official gets elected, following up with them, making sure that they make good on the shit that they promised to do. You know? So one would think that if your community or representatives from your community, if they don't make some sort of monetary contribution to their campaign, then why should they? I mean, yeah, they should, because they represent this district or whatever they're running for. They should stand up and fight for them and do what's best for them. But will they, considering they don't own anything? Like, what are the consequences if they don't pay attention to you? What are the consequences if they do ignore you? What did you give them? See what I'm saying? Now I'm saying that to say, who knows? Maybe those persons who are reading and writing books and doing speeches, since they reading and all that shit that you seem to have, some slick to say about, maybe they know about it. Maybe they do. I mean, are you really? Are you just fired up, or are you fired up with some sort of strategy to actually get some results? Instead of talking shit about other people, because last time I checked, we all catching hell. You know what I mean? It's like being on a fucking plantation. Yeah, you got some individuals on the plantation who don't even know that they're slaves. But then there's some on the plantation who do. You know what they both got in common? You got it. They're both fucking slaves. Just one's aware of it and the other one isn't. So, okay, you may have issues with people like that. I'm not necessarily sure what issues and or why. But okay, I mean, it's like me. You're entitled to your opinion. I just think, if you think you better. I mean, I see y'all cleaning up the streets. I see y'all giving food to the home. I see you protecting the elderly. Dope. I ain't taking nothing away from them good brothers. Nothing. In fact, they've got a Chicago chapter. Next time I'm in Chicago and I got a little more time, shit. Hey, I just want to see y'all in action. I don't live in Chicago, so and not to mention I've donated to this organization. I ain't asking for no brownie points, because that's what we supposed to do. Dig. So yeah, man, let's instead of talking shit, like let's join up. We might get some more shit done. Well, we all catching hell, man. It's a new year, like I said. Yeah, they say it's 2019. Your documents that were found, like shit, they say 4,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago. So there's got to be more than just 2019. But like I said, I'll play along. But anyway, it's a new year. If you could take on a new year, new me type of, attitude, and then actually act on it and do something, that's kind of dope, man. But yeah, have you decided to start anew? That's what a lot of people do when the new year is here. They use it to start anew. What's yours? Read that book you said you've always wanted to read, that you've been planning to do and just didn't do it. Do it. Write a book. Do that shit. Travel. Listen, brothers, if you want to approach that sister, approach her, fam. Talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Sister, you want to talk to that brother? Go talk to him. Put on some like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, go on over. It's cold outside now, so you can't, you can't necessarily roll up in the summer dress, and give him the jiggle. You can't give him that. You know what I'm saying? You can't show off them pretty feet. Go talk to the brother. You know what I'm saying? He might have been nervous. But do it. How about your eating habits? I ain't saying go all out vegan or vegetarian or anything like that, but you be talking about cutting something out, do that. And like I said, it's the heat kicking on. Yeah, it's brick outside. But yeah, like I said before, diet it's not just limited to food. Sometimes it's what you watch. It's what you listen to. Sometimes it's what you think. Because ultimately, we are what we think. Ultimately, I mean, if you think that you can do anything, you keep believing that way of thinking, you can do anything. Where everybody else is like, nah, fam, I can't even do that. You like, why not? I can. Why not? Yeah. How about meditating? Now that right there, I recommend that everybody does that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us don't just fall back and meditate and shit. I think it's because I admit it's hard because there's so many distractions out here. It's a lot of distractions. Shit, I get distracted. You know what I mean? Shit, I get distracted by trying not to be distracted. That makes any fucking sense. One more thing before I go any further, right? While you're deciding to write that book, to travel, deciding, look, I'm gonna give up meat or milk or whatever. I talked about this before about projection, about this whole projection thing. It's got different names, projection, whatever. I like projection, right? I spoke on it before, but I'm saying, because the minute you just may decide that you want to just cut off some people. Well, you know, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But my thing is, don't let people, you know, once again, project their poor self-image and their insecurities off on you. Because as soon as you start doing this new thing that you said you wanted to do, and you finally say, fuck it, I'm going to do it, right? It's going to be somebody on the sidelines. It's going to be somebody on the sidelines. Oh, for real? You painting? Who got you into that? Man, come on, man. Last week it was something else. Don't pay no attention to them. I ain't gonna say ignore them. Listen to them. Because pretty much what they're doing, they're telling you about themselves. Go ahead and do that shit. You don't think I got flack when I changed my name? Oh yeah. Some people was like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna call you by the name your moms gave you. What your pop named you. In fact, I was named after my pop. You know? So I told them, look, I changed my name, my whole name, and okay, you don't want to call me by my name? And this dude that was in my chair one time, big heavyset dude, oh yeah. Oh, word? You gonna keep calling me Eddie? You gonna keep calling me Edward? Word? I ain't fat ass. Fat motherfucker. Awkward silence. And then, you crazy, man. Yeah, I bet I am. You know, or I could have just ignored him. But you ain't gonna keep calling me Eddie. And my name is Rashidi. Dig? Anyway. So, I'm saying that to say that everybody, you know, come on, man. People talk. That's never gonna stop. People gonna talk. And the people that will project are gonna be, you know, some people that's close to you. They're gonna be close to you. You know, like it says a lot about the people around you if you want to try something different and they got something negative to say about it. You're around the wrong people. If your friends and family, if you don't have no, I mean, if your circle, the people you work with or whatever, got something negative to say about positive changes you choose to make, I don't even have to say nothing, do I? You already know. You around the wrong people. If you around people who encourage, it could be anything. You could tell them, look, I'm going to the moon. Word? All right. When you going? You know what I'm saying? That's the type of people you need to be around. Like, don't let people hold you hostage. How about that one? You know what I'm saying? People want you stuck. You know, they want you stuck right where they are. Fuck them, man. Get away from them. Let them stay stuck. Get unstuck, man. What the? God damn it, this nigga following a dream. Hold on. By the way, real quick, I spoke about that organization and about voting and all that stuff and the proper way to do it. Here's a book called Powernomics. It's by a good brother by the name of Dr. Claude Anderson. It's Powernomics, the National Plan to Empower Black America. You know what I'm saying? See? One of them people you criticizing is reading this. Yeah. And things I said about Malcolm, you can read it here. Well, you can also read his autobiography, and then you can also read it here. And it's probably coming up backwards over there on your end. But this is Life of Reinvention, Malcolm X by Manon Marable. It's probably one of the biggest books I've ever read. You know what I mean? But a lot of great information. As a matter of fact, my grandfather is in here. My grandfather is in here. Matter of fact, yeah. Yeah, he's in here. It's my grandfather right there in between Malcolm and Elijah. Hold on. Right there. That man right there. Right there. And also right there. Yeah. James Abdul Aziz Shabazz. Yeah. Assistant to Minister Elijah Muhammad. Anyway, yeah, just a quick sidebar.
I've been up late wondering just where did I go wrong. Don't nobody check up on me, don't nobody hit my phone. Ain't nobody gonna hit me up unless they need a loan. It's time to checking in to see if I caught on. Just imagine if I could read minds, I could've stopped my heart from getting broken each time. I could've really learned the game and let distractions fall behind. Like my mama doing, I could've read between the lines. Now a nigga never gonna get a piece of mind. A long way down the road, but now I still can't read the signs. Loyalty and trust have been recently redefined. I done broke so many hearts, I hope that peace ain't hard to find. Just the same people celebrating when I'm dying. They be changing overnight, they be switching like some lights. Ready to crop you out the picture just to get more likes. And I always peep it. You don't really fuck with me, you be keeping secrets. Way too real, I swear I couldn't fake it. Got some people wishing I don't make it, but they see me winning and they hate it. I'm just out here trying to be the greatest. Out tomorrow, better label me a legend, cause I made it out the basement, made it out of deep depression. At times it hurts to stay, I'm looking deep in my reflection. I think about my nephew, only 3, but he be listening. Gotta fight for the family, uncle cannot come on missing. When my mom get out of prison, she gon' see the way we living. Just wanna make her feel like it's not making decisions. Brother feeling cursed, so I asked him, is he straight, bruh? Had to swallow pride a million times to get my cake up. I just wanna see my family happy for my days up. Man, I gotta pray up, hoping every day I wake up, hoping that nobody else gon' switch up on the way up. Got a box of butterflies, sometimes I wanna die. Everybody tell me lies, they can't look me in the eyes. Way too real, I swear I couldn't fake it. Got some people wishing I would make it, but they see me winning and they hate it. I'm just out here trying to be the greatest.
Yeah, distractions, man. You distracted? Yeah, it's alright. I mean, we all get distracted, right? I just found out a couple days ago that there's actually a government shutdown going on right now. Cause I don't be paying attention to this shit. I don't even watch the news. It's just too fucking negative. It's just too negative for me. It's like everybody's trying too hard for this shock and awe. Who can report the worst fucking news? It's like it's based on fear and shit. I can't watch it. I just can't do it. I can't do it. You know, sometimes I end up, I just don't watch the news. I can check the weather on my phone. But yeah, it's the government shutdown, I heard. That's pretty unfortunate for government workers. You know, a lot of good brothers and sisters, a lot of people ain't working. I'm assuming that's what it is. Or, okay, maybe working but not getting paid. I'm assuming that's what it means. You know, there's a government shut. I guarantee you those higher up government officials, I bet you they getting paid, motherfuckers. And from what I hear, it's supposedly about a wall. Was it supposedly to keep the Mexicans out? Come on, man. Like, that shit sounds so crazy. How can you not tell that that's a distraction? Really? Shut down the government till a wall is built? Really, fam? That's got distraction written all over it. Come on, man. The crazier this shit is, it's supposed to have you scratching your fucking head, wondering how. I'm probably the worst person to talk to about Donald Trump and all that shit. I'm probably the worst person to talk to because maybe I should stop, but I ask black folk all the time, like, why do you even care about any? come in, yeah, he's such a liar. Man, he just blatantly lies. And then Putin, and why do you care? I don't get it. Why do you care? Why do you care? I said probably in podcast 1. Give a fuck, I say it again. I don't give a damn if Donald Trump was a supposed saint. I don't care. He ain't gonna do nothing for us. That's our job. So why? I don't understand. Why black folk? I mean, now if you're into politics and politics is just your thing, then okay, cool. Just the wrong kind of politics, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. So okay, I take that back. I fuck with politics. I fuck with news. I just don't fuck with that news. And all this shooting and killing, and I know what's going on out there. I just don't know the specifics, and I don't need to know it. It's just too negative. It's depressing. Like, imagine walking around here depressed because not me. Not the guy. The R. Kelly situation. Well, it's been a situation. But from what I understand, and I haven't watched it, I'll be honest with you, that surviving R. Kelly thing, I don't know if I really got a lot to say about that. What I will say is be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Okay, if R. Kelly's guilty of it, all right, then, I mean, then he deserves to be exposed. It's just, be careful. You know, first it was Bill Cosby. Not necessarily sure what evidence they had on him in terms of rape or whatever. Like, where they find these women? What evidence did they have after 30 some odd years? I don't get that. And the thing with R. Kelly is, okay, I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to act like our community doesn't have, child molesters and rapists and shit like that, and mental illnesses and all of that. I'm not saying that. I'm aware of all of those things. I'm just saying, be careful that in your outrage for R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and whoever else, be careful that you're not also co-signing, co-signing the efforts to demonize the black man. Yeah. Hey, if brothers out here molesting girls, even boys, they should be brought to justice, no doubt. It's just, my thing is, if you have nothing to say about Harvey Weinstein, who just got acquitted, by the way, on 5 counts of rape, and what, sexual harassment, but yet you ain't got nothing to say about that. But then when it comes to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, you can't shut the fuck up. People's got to fight to get you to be quiet. And then, if we're going to get on R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, and I'm not saying that they didn't deserve it. I'm not here defending anybody if they're guilty of such things, right? And you're really outraged by such things, just don't stop there. A lot of us got family members that are sick. Shit. A lot of us may have been touched in some inappropriate way as a child. A lot of us have been made to do inappropriate things by people we trusted, when we were children. You know what I'm saying? That outrage just needs to be all across the board, is what I'm saying. All across the board. I don't know, for some reason, it seems like that type of culture, I don't know, it just seems like it ran rampant. And I don't know if that's in all communities. I'm a part of the black community, right? I don't know, it seems like it was just almost normal. You know? I remember when I was a kid, I was walking home and I had on these sunglasses and I was walking on, well, at the time I was walking on 67th and Langley. And this one lady, she apparently older than me, a grown woman. And I can't remember how old I was. I was a teenager, probably early teens. And she just walked up on me and, hey, come in. And I'm young, so I went over to her. So it's an older woman. I didn't feel threatened in no type of way. And she called me over there to her, and she's like, come on, you want to go play? I got a little nervous. I don't even think I was smashing then. I think at that point, the most I had given was like stinky pinky, pull some bra straps. I may have squeezed a nipple, squeezed a titty. You know what I mean? All outside stuff. I wasn't penetrating nothing. So I was excited and nervous at the same time. I mean, I didn't run away. I was intrigued, in fact, what she meant by going to play. Cause shoot, I think now by that age, I was already looking at magazines that was under my uncle's bed, between the mattress and whatnot. I was already looking at them and whatever, videotapes that I had, access, sneaking in and watching from time to time. So so anyway, and then another woman ended up approaching us too. It was the two of us, the lady and then me, and another woman came. Now, this lady was a friend of my mom's. Well, an old friend. She probably used to hang with my mom's or whatever at one point in time. And when she came over, she heard the language that this lady was using toward me, like the suggestive, the ambiguous language, right? So she was just like, not too angry though. Almost like, hey, let him make his own motherfucking decision, but no, dead ass. She was like, she wasn't saying, leave him alone. She wasn't like that. She was like, come on, girl, leave that boy alone. And then she was like, take your glasses off. I want to see your eyes. Come on, you want to go play? And to this day, I wonder, what did she want with me? Like, was she in the boys, young boys? Or was she planning on like, putting something on me, to get me sprung so maybe I could go steal things for her? Figuring that I could probably get away with it since I'm a kid. I don't know. I've been thinking about this ever since then, But yes, and that was it. I didn't go home to tell anybody or anything, Yeah, but anyway, I went off on a tangent again, didn't I? But yeah, this whole R. Kelly situation, like I said, he should be investigated if he's guilty of such things. But, everybody's in this uproar. On one end, people are talking about how, the parents were partly responsible. The girls were some fast-ass girls. Then some people say, well, shit, we wouldn't have this problem if grown men wasn't attracted to little girls. And all things are true. All such things are true. All such things are true. Because sometimes it can be some fast-ass girls. Some years ago, a young lady that I messed with would tell me stories about how she could get in a club and she wasn't necessarily old enough to get in. Well, which that makes her underage to be in that club. So if she's too young to get in the club, then she's too young to drink. And then she told me she would just go up to the dude at the door or the bouncer that's standing outside. While one dude checks ID or whatever, you got a bouncer on deck. And she said she would schmooze next to the bouncer, have some ambiguous language with him, some suggestive language saying that, maybe later on, maybe they can hook up or something. And after, she would twerk next to him or whatever, and he would let her in, So, so just imagine with what a young lady who's stacked with all the products. She got the tits, the ass, the hips. She's pretty. I'm just saying. Sometimes these young sisters don't look so young and can manipulate a grown man. There's something to be said about that. Does that make me fucked up? So sometimes it is a fast ass girl who's just pretty developed, looks a little older. Listen, if you in VIP, you an R&B singer, you in VIP, you sipping on something, you probably been smoking some weed and whoever else, whatever other substance he might be on. You in VIP, the music's loud. I'm assuming the music's loud. I've probably only been in VIP a couple times. And each time the music was loud. But I'm assuming maybe there's a little more special treatment for an R&B star. I don't know. But I guarantee you the conversation is only going to get so deep. He's under the influence of alcohol and whatever else. Yeah. And who knows, because she's in the club and looks rather mature, hey, brothers are probably offering her drinks. Next thing you know, I'm just gonna say, I seriously doubt an R&B star in that situation with an underage girl, and he's under the guise of being legal. He's not thinking about checking her ID. Maybe he should, but he's not thinking about that. So what about those instances? I'm not condoning shit. I'm just saying. So for those of us who say things like, well, I'm interested in grown women. Yeah, but there's girls who look like grown women. I'm just saying. Who are well aware of what they're doing. Come to find out, she was underage. So yeah, and I believe Rolling Stone is supposed to be coming out with some documentary on Michael Jackson molesting boys. I don't know, there's a pattern here. Cosby, Robert Kelly, Mike, just keep your eyes peeled. It's gonna keep happening. Yo, I want all followers. I want all those who are, I'm trying to word this right. Fuck it. If you have a love for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? Just hear me out. Okay, if you have a love for Elijah Muhammad, the late Elijah Muhammad, right? Well, some would say he's not the late Elijah Muhammad because he still lives. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. Only transferred or changed form, right? All right, if you love Elijah Muhammad, I'm gonna need you to understand what I'm saying here. So I'm not speaking ill. I'm not wishing this, none of that. What I am saying is, because I know Fruits of Islam don't fucking play. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke with nobody. What I am saying is this. I would not be surprised if a documentary came out about him. Everybody's aware of what was going on in Chicago during his time. So yeah, with the extramarital affairs. So I'm just saying, it's becoming a trend. It's a trend here. Cosby, Kelly, you understand? Mike. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. So that's why I'm saying be careful in all this co-signing and shit. Be careful. You may act. It's like someone who's running for some sort of elected official, and they tell you go vote for this act or this bill or whatever. You think it's one thing, and you go to vote in favor of it, and see, you didn't even know what you was voting for. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even know you didn't even know what act you was helping to propose. Because it was under the guise of being something good. So we doing all this, we're all outraged at what Lifetime is putting out. Just be careful, man. Just be careful. But like I said, to a lot of this, I'm dumb to it because I don't pay attention to it. It doesn't push me forward. I got better things to do with my time. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I get distracted too. Shit, I'm distracted right now from something else I could be doing. So everybody gets distracted. Everybody's got their guilty pleasures. Like a few of my guilty pleasures is Power. It's a dope show. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily sure how far they can go with it. And I think from what I think they might come out with a prequel, like how Ghost and Tommy and Kanan, first linked up. That would be pretty dope. But that's a guilty pleasure. There's this other show that comes on called Counterpart. The concept, has got me open. The concept of that's got me open. It's about, like, say if there was another me that sat right next to me right now. Yet you got one who's like me, and say you got the other one who's straight up thug. You know what I'm saying? And all it was just one little thing that either went right or left, or right or wrong, that made us who we both are. It's ill. Counterpart. It's pretty dope. And of course the NBA. You know what I mean? I'm from Chicago, but I'm a Boston Celtic fan. So, we're all distracted, right? Well, Counterpart pushes forth I guess I can't say it's pushing me forward. But it does get my brain working. It does get my brain working, like, wow, that's ill. Just, it's the same person, but that one little glitch made the difference in their personalities. It's ill. I'm a thinker, so that piques, whatever. I like it. I like the concept of it, And then, like I said, the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the trick is to not let those distractions keep us from going in, from tapping into self. You know what I'm saying? Then we're back to that meditation thing again. Once again, the self is that inner you that existed before the shell, before this shell. There's a spirit in here that's operating this. That's, what I mean? It's operating it. The self. Sometimes the distractions are so that we can be manipulated into thinking some type of way. I believe that we've been manipulated to think that we actually have choices. What if we're being manipulated by just being presented with limited choices? Limited choices based off class, race, and whatever else. Matter of fact, the manipulation, if you ask me, I say the manipulation started at birth. It started at birth. When we came out, we was limitless. Yeah, we were infants, but we were limitless. And when they start walking around, that's the reason why little kids are never really afraid. They'll roll off the side of this or that because they don't have any fear. They're limitless. They get all the fear. We're taught the fear. We are taught to fear certain things. To fear death and you know what I'm saying? Cause like it's like the minute we're born, we get slapped with these labels. You know, we get slapped with these labels. It's like mental stamps, if you will. Race, religion, shit. And then there's a crap load of stories that come with religion. You got Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. Matter of fact, our parents, well, we came up Muslim, but we would go over my grandfather's crib. They were Christians, so they had a Christmas tree and all that, so we would get presents there. So even though we were Muslims and didn't celebrate it at our home, on the low, my mom's allowed us to go over there and kick it with them. And we got presents there. But however, the tooth fairy, parents make the tooth fairy real. You put your tooth under the pillow, wake up in the morning, there's a motherfucking tooth. I mean, there's 50 cents there. You're a kid, it's a lot of money. Or $1. Or you spend a night over an aunt's or something crib and shit, you put your tooth under there, shit, it's $5, kid. Get $5. So all these things shape us, a political party. That can manipulate what we do, what we say, what we stand for, don't stand for. You know, all these labels, dumb, attractive, cool, popular, learned, unlearned, lettered, unlettered, all that bullshit, man. I guess the trick is to try not to be so distracted that we can't tap into self and meditate. Because instead of saying, I am this, I am that, I am that, I am this, you get to just be. You don't have to say that I am this and I am that. You just say, I am. I just am. And that's not easy. Tapping in is not easy. Yeah, one day at a time, though. One day at a time. But listen, man, I'm not keeping y'all long. But I just wanted to give this visual thing a try. I wanted to get some stuff off. You know, and I did that. I got it off. You know, about to go play some pool pretty soon, unwind. Yeah, once again, I want to give another shout out to the Skill Youth Chess Club, and another shout out to Nick Patrick, the CEO of Trendy TV. Yeah, I think we're gonna do some business. Yeah, I ain't really want to expound on it, but I think we'll be doing some business. You know, to where Hoodies, the podcast, will be featured over on the Trendy TV network. Where I think that's pretty dope. So I'm looking forward to working with this good brother. Appreciate you for reaching out. And yeah, I love y'all, man. Y'all take care of yourselves. Until next time, I'm King Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man.
To the podcast. What am I talking about? Who?
Always the forefront. This King Rashidi. Hoodies.
I'm ready. God King. God Queen.